The winds of change are blowing through Hollis Hall, and with the 2025 season on the doorstep, the Chicago Bears find themselves staring at a golden opportunity. As training camp approaches, the excitement is palpable, not just for Caleb Williams' second season, but for a core group of young Bears entering a pivotal stretch of their careers. Today, we dive into 5 players poised for breakout campaigns in 2025, 5 names every fan should keep their eye on. Before we get into the action, make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on your Chicago Bears. Let's start with the obvious name on the list, Caleb Williams. The former top overall pick endured a rookie year filled with peaks and valleys. From impressive flashes of brilliance to frustrating growing pains, Williams' 2024 season was a roller coaster. But through that storm emerged a foundation of talent and leadership that has the Bears believing he's their franchise quarterback. Despite a 10-game losing streak, Caleb managed over 3,000 passing yards and flashed elite arm strength and pocket mobility. In year 2, with a more experienced offense and a full offseason under his belt, Williams is expected to take command. If the Bears finish 8-9 but leave the season with certainty that Caleb is the guy, it would still be viewed as a massive win for this organization. Now let's talk Odunze, a name every Bears fan should be watching closely. Drafted as part of the new offensive era, Odunze had a respectable rookie season, 50 catches, over 700 yards, and a handful of explosive plays. But he wasn't immune to growing pains either. Miscommunications with Williams and early season struggles held him back from reaching his full potential. Yet his skill set, strong hands, crisp route running, and deceptive speed remains undeniable. As the expected WR2, and maybe even WR1 depending on how things shake out, he's in line for a potential 1,000-yard season. Another player looking to silence the doubters is Tariq Stevenson. The young cornerback had moments of brilliance, but they were often overshadowed by lapses in discipline and consistency. The infamous Washington game sticks out as a low point. But he bounced back strong, showing late-season flashes and playing with swagger in big moments like the Week 18 win over Green Bay. With Jalen Johnson locking down one side and Kyler Gardner solid in the slot, Stevenson has a clear role, be that aggressive, physical boundary corner. If he matures and locks in mentally, the physical tools are already there. This season could be his coming-out party. And then there's Austin Booker, the 5th-round edge rusher whose quiet offseason has flown under the radar. The Bears expected big things when they drafted him, believing he had day 2 talent. But so far, buzz around him has been minimal. That could change quickly. With Montez Sweat as the top pass rusher and no clear-cut second option, Booker will get every chance to prove himself. His frame, athletic profile, and raw potential make him a fascinating breakout candidate if he can put it all together in training camp and preseason. Let's pause right here. If you're enjoying the breakdown so far, this is the perfect moment to remind you to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This channel is your go-to home for all things Chicago Bears. Let's grow this community together as we chase greatness in 2025. Continuing our look into potential breakout stars, we shift focus to Karan Omegage, the offensive tackle with a mountain of potential and a unique challenge ahead. Entering his second year, Karan finds himself in a crowded left tackle competition. With Braxton Jones recovering from ankle surgery and Ozzy in the mix, Amegadjie has a narrow window to stake his claim. Even if he doesn't win the starting job outright, there's still value. Coaches are intrigued by his length and power, and many believe a move inside to guard could unlock his full potential. Imagine him pulling on a toss crack play, using his size and strength to flatten defenders in space. The interior offensive line has its starter set, but depth remains a question. Amegadjie could emerge as the top backup at multiple positions with future starter upside. The Bears need offensive line versatility, and this year may determine just how important Karan is to that vision. Let's not forget about the depth battles that define a team's long-term success. While the spotlight often shines brightest on stars like Caleb and Rome, success in the trenches, on special teams, and in rotational roles often decides wins in December. This is where players like Dominique Robinson and Daniel Hardy are quietly pushing to change their narratives. If Booker doesn't take that next step, one of these names might fill the void opposite Montez Sweat. Now, it's important to reflect briefly on those who didn't quite hit the mark in 2024. Roshan Johnson was expected to be a breakout candidate last season but failed to take the leap. That doesn't mean his story is over, but expectations are tempered now. Same for Tyler Scott, Zach Pickens, and Terrell Smith. Each showed potential, but limited playing time or inconsistencies held them back. They remain part of the Bears' developmental pipeline, but 2025 will be a critical make or break year for some of them. The takeaway? The Bears aren't just relying on big names. They're building something deeper, a full 53-man roster with ascending talent in every room. For a franchise long haunted by inconsistency and underachievement, this could be the season that identity begins to shift. Not because of free agent splashes, but because their own draft picks start to pop. So what does all this mean for the 2025 Bears? First, growth and development from within will be the central storyline. While veterans like Jalen Johnson, Montez Sweat, and DJ Moore bring leadership and top-end talent, it's the emergence of players like Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, Tariq Stevenson, and Austin Booker that will determine the ceiling for this team. If Caleb steps into the top 15 QB conversation, or even the top 10, the Bears are immediately a playoff threat. If Rome becomes the WR1 we believe he can be, it opens up the entire offense. If Stevenson matures into a reliable CB2, it solidifies one of the league's most talented secondaries. And if Booker or someone else steps up on the edge, the pass rush becomes a true strength. These aren't small developments. These are foundational shifts. And that's what makes the 2025 season so exciting. This isn't just about chasing a wild card spot. It's about building a sustained winner, a team that competes year in and year out. We're watching the early stages of a potential turnaround, fueled not by expensive outsiders, but by homegrown, hungry talent. As training camp nears and position battles heat up, keep your eyes on the 5 names we mentioned. The stage is set. Now it's time to see who rises. Before we wrap up, let us know your breakout candidate for 2025 in the comments. Do you believe it's Caleb? Rome? Someone flying under the radar? Let your voice be heard. And if you made it this far, you're a real one. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and hit the bell icon so you stay locked in for every update, analysis, and insider scoop on your Chicago Bears. Bear down. 2025 is coming.